episode of Behind the Curtain. I sit down with Jean-Remy Monet, founder and artistic director of the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York, to learn more about their mission, upcoming performances, and special honor at the Albany Chefs Food and Wine Festival. Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. Our guest today is Jean-Remy Monet, also known as Remy from the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me here. It's great to be here with you again.
Yeah, we've talked before about the productions that you've put on, and you've got a great season upcoming. But before we get to all of that, for those who don't know the mission of the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York, why did you start this endeavor?
Okay. I've been acting since I was 9 myself, you know, and then I moved to this country in '82, and then I stopped performing. I didn't speak the language right enough, and then I went to school in New York City and started working for the state in '88, and then worked 30 years, and I retired back in 2018, the best thing ever, and then I moved up here in '97, and I said, okay, I got to get out of New York City, come up here. I need to get back to my theater things because I missed it. I'm not going to let language stop me from doing it. And then, and then in '99, 2000, I auditioned for Hubbard Hall Theater Company in Cambridge in Washington County, and then. I got cast for my first play in English. All right, so that was in 2000. From 2000 to 2009, and then I realized that something's missing up here and that I needed to do something about it. They gave me a chance as a person of color, as a black man, to be on stage, to do my thing. So I said, I was one of 3 or 4 black actors in the whole area. There was plenty of people of color, you know, black actors, Hispanic, the BIPOC actors, but there was nothing for them. And that's when I said, I need to start something to give opportunities to, you know, to black actors and BIPOC artists and to tell our stories. And I started the company in 2010, you know, going in libraries and inviting people, went out in the supermarket, the laundry, wherever I can find them, I talk to them, give them my card, and then we're having reading and monologues and poetry, and just to give the opportunities. I hold their hand, I show them how to do it, and that was in 2010. Our first big production was in 2012. We were looking for 5 black actors for our big show, Camp Logan. It was hard to find actors with experience, but I said, we got to do this. I did it, and in 2012, and then since then, I keep going at it, keep talking to people everywhere I go, and then I'm trying to build it. Okay, I kind of gave up acting myself, you know, just so I can give others opportunities. So I kept doing it, I kept working at it, and I, you know, started getting support from the community, and 15 years, this past November, okay, we did our first musical, Once on This Island. See, I was not into musical, but it's not about me, it's about what the people want, okay? So I'm using Once on This Island, you know, as an example how far we've gone, okay? And that cast, we had 26 old BIPOC artists in the show, okay? 26, where when we started, we couldn't, I was one of 4, okay? And that was a success not only on the stage, but in the audience also. There's a theater of 310 people. It was sold out. We were sold out 6 out of 8 performances with a very, very, very diverse audience. So every night I'm there watching, not just on stage or in the audience, I had tears just to see what's going on that stage where all those, I mean, there were kids, 8 years old on stage and adult, all ages, watching the audience and, and the support from them. And And it got better after a few years. So we were all over the place and looking for spaces, for venues for our performances. And I got to work with all the colleges, Siena College, Union College, and UAlbany, big. I'm also a visiting director for UAlbany. I direct shows for them for the fall. Yeah, so to see that what happened the last few years and the support of the community, and we're not there yet. We still have a long way to go, but we're in a good place, especially with the support of Proctors, Philip Morris, and CapRep, who give us our home. When Philip Morris called, I met with him and Maggie and said, Remy, we love the work you're doing, and we have a brand new building. We want to give you a home for your theater company. That was back in 2019, before COVID. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then 2021, we had our first production at CapRep. Not our first production after COVID,
right.
In the building.
Right.
Yeah. So, and we've come a long way. And every time I said, okay, it's a lot of work. And every time I say, how long I can do this? But it's my passion. I enjoy it. And every time I get, even being here, you call me it's a lot of support to tell the story. Those kind of things help me to keep going. Because it's really important that I'm getting calls from everybody, parents about their kids, about themselves. I'm getting plays from playwrights from all over the country, and I always make time and read them and get back to them. If I can do them, I do them, and it's just we've been a long way, and we have a long way to go, and we're in a good place with all the support we get from the community, and we have a great board, board of directors, give a lot of support, and I'm, happy for what I see so far.
I saw once on this island, I was in one of those sold out crowds, and yes. My gosh, you spoke about the community's reaction to it, the audience reaction. Yeah. People were cheering, yes. People were laughing, singing along. It was unlike other shows I've gone to see where the environment is, you have to be silent right. during the show, but the energy between the audience and the cast was really remarkable. Right. What do you think it is about the actors that you cast in your shows that prompts this reaction from the crowds? How do you get them to do that?
Well, when you have a great director and choreographer, Hedy Bonhill, who directed the show, I know there are many, many great directors, choreographers, and in the area, but we got Hedy, and I'm so glad. I don't know. I'm so glad I ended up with her doing it.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
Yeah, and then and those actors and the music directors, and they were so great with with the kids and with everybody, and most of those actors, believe it or not, 26, more than half of them were first time on stage.
Wow.
Okay, more than half of them first time on stage, and a lot of them have never been on stage singing. They, except in churches, okay? Some of those actors, a couple of those actors were in that musical they had a Slack a couple of months ago. Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls,
okay?
Oh, great show. 2
of the actors in there playing the lead role wasn't Once on This Island, it was the first show.
Wow.
To see that now they're out there, they get more opportunities that's why I do this, not just for the Black theater troupe, but for the community. Okay, and those actors and the kids on the show Once on This Island, and I cry every night watching them, and the music, and the dancing. And people love that. It's something, something different,
Yeah.
and it's about the island and all the stuff. So I like to do, different things. And also the mission, every show that I do, every production, I have to make sure, if not on stage, it's with the crew, I have to make sure at least 1 or 2 of them are brand new. Okay, I have to bring somebody to learn how to run light, to learn how to run sound, and we need new directors, new stage managers. We need not just performers. So that's the mission, because it got to be better, because and it hasn't been, and it's getting better over the years. The local theaters are doing a lot more for BIPOC artists.
Coming up on Behind the Curtain, Remy tells us more about what diversity on stage means to him. The Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York is not just the fact that it's diverse in terms of ethnicities and races, but also abilities. You have people of all abilities who are welcome to be in these shows. Tell me why that's important to you.
Diversity to me, it's not just black and white, okay? And I've had actors and who've never been on stage, I have actors over the years who have Down syndrome, I have actors, who have all kind of disabilities, black or white or Hispanic. I have to give, they're so passionate about it, but everybody just keep them aside. Oh no, it's going to affect the show. If you come in and you cannot speak straight, if you come in and you cannot do this. I have diversity to me, it's everybody, any disability, any handicap, and I have to bring them in. And that's very important to me. And I'll find something for you. May not be in this show, but in the next show, or I'll find something to get you involved, And yeah, so that's very, very, very important to me. That is diversity to me on the stage, including in Once on This Island. We had all that in there.
Coming up on Behind the Curtain, Remy reveals the powerful message behind the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York's next play.
Well, we are on the second show for season 2025-2026 right now. We had, and then we did the first show for that was a couple of months ago. It was I Just Stopped By to See the Man. It's about the blues. It was different. Another thing, he was so loud. Every performance is at Cap Rep. Okay, and then we have the next one coming up in October. It's called The Confederate by Dominique Morisseau. That's going to be on the main stage at Cap Rep. That is another powerful show, and it's going to be there. And I don't want to give out too much.
Yeah.
But instead of trying to quote it, and just give you a quick description.
Sure, I would love to hear.
A quick synopsis of it. That's Confederate is going to be February 5th through the 15th. Okay, it's about two black women. Sarah is an enslaved rebel, turned Union spy, and Sandra is a tenured professor in a modern-day private university. They are having parallel experiences of institutional racism, even while they live over a century apart. Okay. So you'll see two different scenes going on. Those two people having experience of, in racism, institutional racism. One is a college professor. One is 100 years apart as a slave. So, and it's 5 actors. 2 of them play the main character, and it's really a big ensemble. And you have the other 3 playing different roles.
Okay.
So it's very powerful, and I can't wait. We're starting rehearsal. We have a great cast, including one of them as a UAlbany student. I work. See, that's also one of the reasons why I work. With those colleges, I'm like building a bridge between the college and the community. A lot of them I work with at UAlbany. In Siena College, now they're working with the Black Theater Troupe, other theater companies, and Cap Rep. So it's I gotta keep doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next show is a wedding band that's gonna be in June. A wedding band. It's It's called a love story in black and white, literally in black and white. It's like the relationship between, a black woman and a white male down south, where it was illegal, even as early as the 1950s, 60s, for interracial relationship. It's strong, it's powerful, and I did that play maybe 15 years ago. So it's too powerful not to bring it back, so I'm doing that.
Great.
Yeah.
You also have an event coming up that you're involved with, the Albany Food and Wine Festival.
Yes.
Every year they choose some sort of local arts beneficiary to receive the funds raised from that multiple day fundraiser. You've been chosen this year. The Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York is receiving what comes out of that great event. What does that mean to you to be recognized that way?
This has been one of the best things to support from the Albany Wine and Dine, when it's what their mission, what they do for the community, for the art community, and a not-for-profit, an organization. They've been around for a long time. They work with the city. They work with a bank. They work with a local organization. They have a 3-day festival. 3-day festival raising money at the Capitol Center, and they have a grand tasting, they have the grand gala, they have the mayor's reception on the first day, and they really work hard to raise money. And then, as a not-for-profit like the Black Theater Troupe, we have to apply to be a beneficiaries. Okay, it's not a grant, but we have to apply to be beneficiaries, and they see your mission, and then you get selected and to be either the premier beneficiaries or spotlight beneficiaries. So, we got selected to be premier beneficiaries, and this helped us a lot, because when we have classes, we have improv classes for adults, we have a youth theater workshop for kids 8 to 14. We just finished one. We're doing that. There's up to 20 kids, 20 adults in each of those workshops. But we have to pay the teaching artists.
Right.
We have to, so there's a lot to keep this in the funding and to help keep this mission going. And we're grateful for Albany Wine and Dine to help us this past couple of years to keep going. We have to we give stipend to everybody involved in every production, whether you assist, backstage, whether you stage crew, and once on this island, 26 actors, including the crew, everybody gets stipend. But it's because of things like Wine and Dine Festival, and because of a small grant we get to help us pay or give stipend. I don't want to say pay. I don't want people to think we're paying salary, but a stipend. Right. So we do have to have that. And Albany Wine and Dine, for the art, help us with that, and we're grateful. We thank them for that, and they chose four premier beneficiaries and 3 spotlight, and Black Theater Troupe is one of them. I don't know if it's okay to mention the other ones.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
And the other beneficiaries, you have the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York. You have Empire State Youth Orchestra, Albany Barn, Albany Center Gallery, the Capitol Rep Theater, Albany Symphony Orchestra, the Palace Performing Arts Center. Those are the beneficiaries for 2026.
That's great.
And this year, and then and I hope please support the Wine and Dine every year, because they're really helping the local art organization. Go on their website and Facebook. You can get their information through all those organizations' Facebook page. And come out and buy your ticket and come and support us, because it's really fun. And this year, it's the theme is the 70s disco.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm already looking
You're planning your outfit
for my bell bottom already.
Yes. Oh my gosh, can't wait. And that event usually sells out.
Yes.
It's very popular, very well attended.
Yeah,
so if you want to go get your tickets early, get your bell bottoms before Remy gets them. He's going to buy them out.
I remember I had them in the 80s. So
you should have kept them. You know, everything that was old is new again.
Yeah.
The trends, they're cyclical.
Yeah.
Coming up on Behind the Curtain, Remy's advice to young aspiring actors looking for their start. Remy, thank you so much for coming by. My last question is, what is your message to the young kid out there who is afraid to try theater, who is afraid that maybe they won't be welcome, they don't know anyone else there? Why should they consider trying out?
Let me tell you, okay, I'm using myself as an example. When I came here, I did not speak the language, and when I started getting better at speaking it, first of all, I didn't want to change my accent. You know, people say you should change your accent, you're not going to get part. And I say, well, you know what, I'm not changing who I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done plays doing the Southern accent. When I'm done, I go right back to, you know, to who I am. Okay, I have people tell me you have to change your accent, you're not going to get part. And I say, you know what, I guess maybe you're not going to get part. So, and when I decided I'm not going to let that stop me, okay, if me as an artist whose English is your first language, I did not let that stop me. Please, whatever you do, please, 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 just go out there, be brave, take chances, because that's what I do, and I'm going to keep doing that. I took chances years and years, and just so I give the opportunities and to you guys out there, and reach out to me, I will help. Last night, I went to see a show in the Berkshire with one theater. There's a young man they introduced me to, he said he hasn't been in his college, he's the only black person, and he hasn't played any role, to play a black character. And then he said he also wanted to start something in his school, and he wanted some advice. I talked to him, and then he had some stuff that kept him back. But after we talked, he was very, motivated. He was inspired to listen to my story. And then now he says he's going to do it. And then we're meeting in a couple of days just so I can help him to get there.
That's great.
So this is very important. Don't let anybody stop you. If I didn't let language stop me, the language is yours. You can do it.
Great. Thank you so much, Remy. We appreciate you coming by. Always great talking to you about all the work you're doing.
And thank you. Like I said before, I can't wait for you to get on that stage.
Oh boy, when you've got a role that says Giuliana, you let me know.
That's all you need to say.
Okay. We'll continue this off camera. Thank you for watching Behind the Curtain. If you have a story idea that highlights the local theater scene, please email me, gbruno@news10.com. See you next time.